Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to Misadventureland. I'm Bobby. I'm a filmmaker, and I'm going to be breaking down Marvel Studios' Hawkeye trailer and reacting to it. I've already seen it, so this isn't a live react, but I am going to go through it and break it down, and I'll talk about some like comic book-like stuff, but I'm also going to try to talk about it from a filmmaking perspective as well, because that's what I do. So, it might be insightful, it might help you learn something, it might just be entertaining, but let's try it out. I'm trying a new setup here for these particular things because it's easier to do at this desk, and because I can move the camera around a little bit and get a little space, so I can put like the trailer here while I'm talking. But my microphone is kind of far away from my mouth, so it might not sound good. So I'm just working on stuff to do. I didn't get headphones. A solve for this. Maybe I'll just hold this for now. It's gonna look weird on camera, but maybe I'll just hold it for now because it sounds so much better. So let's do this. Let's talk about this Hawkeye trailer. It's a little different than my Spider-Man one because I was watching just live. It was the first time I was seeing it, and this is a little different. So let's try it. Let's see how it goes. All right, here we go.
This is the first Christmas we've had together in years.
I love you guys. I'm making up for some lost time.
Okay, so a few things right off the bat right here. So I'm gonna go back and forth here. So you're gonna see me going back and forth. The trailer is doing a couple things right off the bat to just center us and where we are, because there are things I think they're going to do in this Hawkeye show that relate very strongly to a comic book series by Matt Fraction and David Aja, who really reinvented the character of Hawkeye in a lot of ways and took a character who had never really had ever had a successful solo run comic book series and did one. And it's an excellent read. I think some of it's on Comixology Unlimited. It's worth a read if you haven't read it, and it'll give you some information on this, especially the new character who we're going to see. But a couple of things it's setting up right at the bat. You see right here, we're in New York City. Hawkeye isn't known in the Marvel MCU for being in New York City, so they're starting out right off the bat. Okay, like they're in New York City for some reason. He's in New York City. Comics, yes, but in the movies, no. He doesn't really have a home base except for he has that like farmhouse thing. So we've got that to start out with.
This is the first Christmas we've had together in years.
Okay, so let's go family stuff here. Right, we're right into the family stuff, which is going to be his daughter, who we saw obviously in Endgame and some of the other much younger in the other movies in Age of Ultron. So I don't even know if we saw her in there or if it's the same actress or not, but we're setting up immediately. Here's the family. Here's the stakes of the story, which is that they haven't had Christmas together in a long time. They're finally going to. Obviously, it's been obviously they were gone for 5 years during the snap, but also he's been an Avenger and been superheroing and, probably not home very much. So we're setting up what I would call very basic, real world stakes, right, to this story, which is that he's just a guy whose family is depending on him to be home for Christmas.
I love you guys.
So I'm gonna keep stopping it because this is we're breaking it down. I love this. So more New York City stuff. So this gives me a hint that maybe they're in New York for the opening of this musical, right? Because obviously Hawkeye would be one of the people that they would bring to the Steve Rogers musical. Because he knew him and he's an Avenger. But I love when they do stuff like this, which is to do things with the heroes who are famous in a meta context into the micro context of the story, right? So Steve Rogers was Captain America, obviously very well known. We've known this. We saw this Captain Falcon and Winter Soldier. Here they're doing a musical of him, and you can see captures the heart of a hero. Rogers the musical. Interesting, it's called Rogers the musical, not Captain America. Also a very musical Broadway thing to do. It's a very good representation of that thing. So, and it's the scene. Obviously, we're right in the heart of New York City. It all plays really, really well, and we're really definitely setting up what's going on here. So they're in Manhattan around Christmas time, trying to do this thing, going to see this musical is my guess.
I'm making up for some lost time.
The Authorities are wondering if the
Okay, so making up for some lost time. You see him with his kids, all very heartwarming. Okay, here are the stakes. Okay, I am going to be with my family for Christmas. This is, if we break down bigger scenes or anything like that, there are actually scenes and things, we'll talk about this more. But this is essential to how you set up drama in your story. And these are things that probably you don't even realize are happening when you're watching things. But now that I'm saying, you're probably like, oh, yeah. You need to set up for the character what they want and then throw a roadblock in their way. So in this first 13 seconds of this trailer, we've gotten what he wants, right? Is to be a Christmas with his family, make up for lost time. We know his history with his family because we've seen the other things. In a 2-hour movie, a 90-minute movie, in the first 15 minutes, you're supposed to set that up, and then you're supposed to introduce the problem. As you can see here, we're talking about a trailer, so it's a little bit different, but we're at 13 seconds into the trailer, and we're about, in a slightly less than 2-minute teaser, we're about to show the thing that's like, here's the thing that's stopping him from doing it, right?
masked vigilante who terrorized the city's underworld is back.
The past has caught up with me.
Should we be worried?
No, it's nothing. I'll be home for Christmas. I promise.
So here's a couple things. All right, so we have to introduce stakes. Okay, keep talking about stakes. If there was just someone running around New York City who was a criminal, Hawkeye wouldn't need to stay, right? But because it's someone who has taken up this Ronin mantle, which he has a tremendous amount of guilt for, we know, right? He's going to feel a personal responsibility to stay. So you have to give the character a organic reason to stay, not make it feel like it's forced. So that's what's going on here. And also another point, going back to the comics, and something they haven't really done, I don't think, in the movies, is you can see in his ear right here, he's got what looks like a little hearing aid or like a plug or an earpiece or something. In the fraction run of Hawkeye, and in other points too, but he's partially deaf in an ear. So this is like really, really interesting, right? That this is happening. And a cool little comic tie-in to as we see the kind of like tone of the trailer start to develop, because right here we've got like a very like earnest, serious thing going on, and as we see the rest of the trailer develop, I'll talk more about how it integrates, the storyline integrates. I mean, they really quickly I promise, I'll be home for Christmas. I promise to a kid. There you go. Cool use of the Marvel logo. Love it.
When I wore this suit, I made a whole lot of enemies.
You're Hawkeye.
Who the hell are you?
So there we go. So now, if you don't know the story, right, of the Fraction Aja run of Hawkeye, you wouldn't know who this person was. So you might be thinking, okay, it's going to be a bad guy. He has a fight. Maybe this is the antagonist of the story. But quickly we figure out, and we see very quickly, that it's a young girl, and that she knows who Hawkeye is, and she's excited to see Hawkeye. So you're playing against audience expectations, unless of course you know the series. But if you don't, you're playing against audience expectations almost immediately, right? That's a very important thing to do, especially in any story. But in trailers, you're trying to get everything about a movie across or a show across in a very micro thing. So it's important.
Who are you?
Some people have actually called me the world's greatest archer.
Are you one of those people?
It's the most
So now all of a sudden we've kicked into a totally different tone, right? Now that we've met Kate and we know who Kate is, I haven't said her name is Kate yet, but that's her name. Her name is Kate Bishop, if you don't know. Again, the trailer has a responsibility to immediately sell you on who Kate is. So you see her with kind of this makeshift arrow here. We'll back up a little bit. There it is right there. But let's get this makeshift arrow is like a tennis ball string on top of the thing. So you know she's got some sort of like, she's kind of working on her own right now. You can tell this is some sort of like, I make my own arrows and I do my own stuff. It's not like I have like I'm not backed by big tech. I'm not like a scientist who's creating like these like crazy, amazing arrows. I have like a tennis ball and then I have an arrow with a string. She hits this bell. And then the thing starts to collapse, and we see her getting caught by somebody, like she's stunned, right? And then here there's a flashlight on her. She got caught by somebody while this is collapsing, right? And this Christmas song starts playing.
Are you one of those people?
It's the most wonderful.
Hey, babe.
So like we've switched tones. Now we're sort of in this other milieu, which is that, and Marvel's been doing this a lot lately with their shows, especially. WandaVision was like this, this sort of like tour through television, and Loki was this sort of like almost manicured, like very overly production designed sort of spy show in a lot of ways. And this is automatically giving you this sort of like Christmas action comedy vibe from this song. This is like a Shane Black, like a Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, or a Lethal Weapon, or an Iron Man 3, or even like a Die Hard. Like, it's giving you that sort of vibe immediately. Like, it's trying to tell you, like, this is not going to be what you probably thought it was, which is a serious examination of Hawkeye's thing. And that might exist, but it's trying to let you know, like, no, this is going to be like one of these things. It's very important to do that when you're trying to sell something. I want to go back really quick because I love this line from Kate.
Some people have actually called me the world's greatest archer.
Are you one of those people?
It's the most.
So some people have actually called me the world's greatest archer, and you can see her tone of voice is very like, yeah, that's who I am. I'm very confident in myself. And then they cut to this line where Hawkeye says, "Are you one of those people?" And she like nods her head yes. I don't know if those two scenes are actually connected in the show. This could just be two lines they put together two lines they put together. But they put these two lines together to make a point, which and it's not trying to fool you into anything. It's trying to make a point, which is this is who Kate is. Kate is very confident in herself. And she, even if she's the only one giving herself compliments, she will do it because she's very confident in herself. That's an important thing to know about Kate. And this is why the trailer is trying to communicate to you very, very quickly.
Wonderful.
Hey, babe. I should be back in a day or two. Hang on a second.
With the kids jingle belling and everyone telling.
Things have gotten more complicated.
Okay, so here we go. So this now we're in this point in trailers do this all the time. There's like a series of shots that are happening, but it's framed against part of what I was talking about, which is the conflict of the story, which is he is now doing this thing. He has a deadline where he has to do something by. He has to get home by Christmas. There's something going on with Kate that he's trying to figure out and trying to solve. He's keeping her a secret, so he's lying to his family. And sort of going through like these actions and these adventures while sort of with some subterfuge going on. So there's a inherent tension in that. We also get some really great stuff here, which is like, okay, he's obviously very skilled. They want to give you this idea that even if these scenes aren't happening at the same time where he's on the phone with his wife, this guy throws this flaming bottle in. He's trying to give you the idea that Hawkeye is going to be able to can multitask in a lot of ways. And there's also this thing where the series of shots where you got this going on, he throws the bottle back, right? And then here you see him punching, you see him jumping out the window, and he's gonna like fall here, right?
More complicated.
And then there's this, right, where he's laid out. So this, when I talk about characterization, which we'll talk about a lot as we do these things, look at all the stuff, look at all the ice packs on him, right? And they're like, it's like frozen fruit and stuff. It's not like legit like medical ice packs. He's doing whatever he can. So he's icing himself up because he's sore. He got into a big fight. He got into a big accident. He is what's the best way I can put it? They are redrawing Hawkeye in this to be again more like this Fraction Aja run of the book. To be this sort of like down on his luck, sort of falling into things type of character, right? Now, there's again a whole brand of sort of action movie hero or heroine. is this, I don't know. I'm figuring it out as I go along, which is like the Die Hard. I think Die Hard kind of invented it in a lot of ways. I'm sure other things did it, but Die Hard popularized it. John McClane is sort of like flying by the seat of his pants, and he's reacting to how ridiculous the world is around him while it's happening, right? And that's an important thing to do, because you don't, when you have someone who's totally self-assured of what they're doing, it's less interesting. It's more interesting if you've got this going on, right? So, again, very reminiscent. This is all very reminiscent of this comic run. It's pulling so heavily from it. It's crazy.
It's the most wonderful time of the year.
Now we're just in pure like tone, like make you laugh, make you feel entertained sort of vibes here. But like, obviously at some point Clint gets captured by the tracksuit mafia, which is another thing that's in the comic books. In the comics, he owned like an apartment building that he was trying to like help the tenants with and stuff like that, and these guys were harassing him. Obviously, that's not going to be the case in this. I wouldn't think so in this, but for some reason he gets involved with here. And he gets captured, and we've got the scene where like, okay, he's captured, he's gonna get killed, and then we've got, okay, here comes Kate, she's gonna badass in, she sort of falls to the ground, and we get this like, that kind of thing for him. Again, now we're building their relationship. Now we're building their relationship, which is he's going to be sort of like the mentor, sort of like exasperated mentor, and she's going to be the one who's like kind of like, I want to be a hero. I want to try to do this. Like you're getting that sidekick sort of feeling from her, that that sort of legacy hero thing from her. See a little bit of musical. We see character. We see Pizza Dog. Okay, this dog, huge character in the comics. This shot is 100% for people who read the comics, just being like, hey, look, it's Pizza Dog. We see a little bit of the musical here. We got Thor, we got Captain America, we've got looks like Chitauri here. I'm not sure who like these guys are supposed to be. This is Loki. We got Iron Man up here. It looks like. I don't know who this is. That might be Hawkeye up there. I'm not sure who these guys are here. Just regular people. I just want to go back a couple things. So now we're gonna start probably a run of shots. This is a great title card. It says a lot about the tone again. Like you can say so much about tone and so much about the feeling of something with music and with stuff like this, this is not a serious looking title. Right, this is like it's colorful. It's got it's all those kind of things. Again, this like text and iconography straight from that series. We got that looks like Vera Farmiga. I don't know. I didn't know she was in it. That's what that looks like. I don't know who she plays in it. Seems like she'd be playing a villain. Just guessing from this look. Very fancy people who drink wine and superhero stuff. Usually not the good guys. Pizza Dog. Okay, we got a Ronin shot here, and then this shot is interesting. So we've got, let me back it up. We got Ronin sort of like celebrating. It looks like a Ronin and like some sort of like LARPing. It looks like there's a LARPing thing going on here. Here as well. Like it looks like he's fighting, but maybe not fighting really fighting. It's just sort of like a play thing. We got them looking suave. It looks like this is connected to that scene earlier where you saw him running down the hallway and there was like gunfire going on. Come with a bow. Good choice. Got them fight. Now we got them firing together. He's wearing purple, which is awesome. She's obviously wearing purple. She's wearing purple the whole time. But like, what I say about this Phase 4 stuff is they've done a really good job, like bringing the costumes more colorful into the mix. And I like this a lot. Again, we got another shot here. I don't know who this is. I can't really tell. A very blurry shot. This is obviously a villain shot though. I don't know who it is. It's a villain shot. We know that Yelena from Black Widow is in it, Florence Pugh, because at the end of Black Widow there's a credit singer. So I don't know when she shows up, but this is obviously part of it. And that's not her. So we've got somebody breaking in. We got, again, they're just showing you action shots here. I don't know what this is. Is a basement of some kind? Someone's plowing through. Is it Hawkeye? Is it someone else? We don't know. Okay, this is one of those things. This is great. Okay, we're gonna stop for a second. They're in a car chase and they're bantering, right? And it says this one's too dangerous. Definitely not this one. And the way that she says, You don't have to say definitely like that. Just listen to it again, because it says so much about their relationship just in that one line. It's crazy. It's crazy how much it says about their dynamic in that one line. Just listen to it.
Definitely not this one.
You don't have to say definitely like that. Holy sh**. There are arrows more dangerous than that one?
Great. It's a great trailer. It's a great trailer.
It's just some Christmas.
So I just want to go back really quick. So let's just look at this again. There's a couple things here.
This one.
You don't have to say definitely like that.
Love the way she says that. So, let's go back. Trusted bro. Can I stop it actually at the right time? Let's see. Yeah, trusted bro. There we go. Another thing for the comic book, which is really cool, is like the tracksuit mafia say bro all the time. Bro. So this is definitely a callback to that. Very, very cool.
Holy sh**. There are arrows more dangerous than that one?
And we got this great thing, which is a definitely comic book cover. Got the title. And then we end with this. Some Christmas. Again, all of that wrapped up in the fact that they're trying to put a character thing to you about who he is. He's disgruntled. He's like aghast at everything that's going on. He's very put upon, and he's got like this very obviously headstrong younger person, kind of challenging him in all other ways. And you put that line, you don't say definitely like that, because that's something you say to someone who you sort of like rub the wrong way with almost immediately, and you have like this sort of like, you know, brotherly sisterly, you know, brother sister sort of like vibe going on between them and stuff like that. And I think it seems very cool. I think the trailer is great. I think the tone of it's great. The choice of music is wonderful. They definitely are able to set out very well. This is what this thing is, and this is the tone we're going for. And you're going to enjoy it or not, but this is what it is. Very excited about this. I'm so excited about this. This show. And let me know if you liked this trailer breakdown below. If you like stuff like this, I'll definitely do more with this or scenes. You can suggest scenes or other trailers below in the comments, and I'll definitely talk about them. But thank you so much for watching. Follow us on Twitter. I'm at Bobby Shortle. You can go to misadventure.land to get more stuff from us. And you can tune in to our live podcasts on twitch.tv/misadventureland every Thursday at around 8 p.m. Eastern time. But until then, thank you for watching, and be good to one another. Later.